that I'm standing on business, is it? You're not getting it.
Word, you're not getting it. I saw this come across my timeline. I thought it really fit the theme for the week, which is again, men sometimes have a hard time realizing, yo, you are being a whole ass ninja right now. Meaning that you are not being helpful, you are being selfish, right? Basically, and this can happen whenever people try to make things too much about themselves, right? So this is the verses between Jeezy and Gucci Man, and this was a big thing, pause, back in 2020 because this was a time where people weren't able to go out as much, right? And they started doing these versus battles. Now, of course, the first ones were on like live stream, kind of like a split screen. That eventually they started doing them in the same room, right? And this was sponsored by, I believe, by Swiss Beats and Timberland. I think they're both involved, right? So yeah. So they're both involved. So with this right here, this is a very tense moment, and like I said before, it really takes balls to deal with niggas like this. And again, when you trying to do right in life, and especially if you want to be in hip hop, these are the kind of niggas you gotta deal with. So basically, they supposed to be doing their records and whatnot, right? Um, they're supposed to be doing their records and everything, and Gucci decides to do his diss record, for Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like at the time that just wasn't the move because the thing was these brothers had a problem for a long time, so it was a big deal for them to be in the same room and agreeing to do anything together, right? So anyway, I want to play this right real quick for y'all.
All the time. I'm through talking. I'm trying to do the song.
That's
What
right.
we gonna
That's
do?
right. That's right.
Are we gonna do some music? Or
I tell you what. I tell you what. I tell you what. It go like this. When I extended the invitation, I did it as a real man. You feel me? Because
I told you straight off the truth. I told you out the truth, nigga. We can't do nothing if it ain't street. If I can't perform the truth, we
It's
can't
all
do
good.
it.
It's all good. Let me say my piece. Let me say my piece.
Take on.
Let me say my piece. It's like this, bro. I extended my hand because I'm a real man. And the shit we came from in the street, dog, you see that we've been through it, dog. 20 years. 20 years. And when I said I wanted to do this shit for the culture, that's what I wanted to do, nigga. I brought you here to show you the world care about what the fuck we got going on because we are the culture. You feel me? Me and you. Where we came from. What we been through. Us. Me and you. All these kids out here doing what the fuck they do because they saw what went on with us, dog. So this shit ain't about me. This shit ain't about you. You feel what I'm saying? This shit about King Von. This shit about Dope B. This shit about Nipsey Hussle. This shit about motherfucking Pop Smoke, M3. And I'm real enough to do that, nigga. Cause one thing about it, two things for sure, three things for certain. I'm the realest nigga in it. You already know. Trap of the year, 4 times in a row.
Listen.
Don't get me wrong, their situation is very sticky. What's going on here? Oh my god! Hold on, y'all. My freaking Wi-Fi acting up. Hold on, y'all. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Sorry, y'all, because I get distracted by that because because it usually means that my audio gonna be really messed up when the Wi-Fi thing comes up. I don't know what to do. Anywho, so in that situation right there, right? And listen, understandably so, they have a very complicated situation from what people say. Jeezy's people sent dudes at him and his people, and Gucci managed to take one of them out. Some real like hood action movie type shit. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause, like I'm not gonna lie, Gucci is one of those spirits of the hood. Like he's like a deity in the hood. Like he's one of those, like he's like a demon that's born from like the bowels of like the alleyways and the bodegas. You know what I mean? Like, I think he was delivered at the bottom of the bottom of a trap house, in the basement of a trap house. I believe that's how the legend goes. You know what I mean? But for real though, these the kind of encounters that men go through. And now, mind you, that wasn't the time or place to bring that up. All right, especially given that there's actual tension between y'all, right? But I bring it up because whenever you deal with dudes from the street, that's a part of the behavior. Because crashing out is always a part of the behavior, or trying to basically show whoever's in front of you, whoever you see as a threat, how much you don't care. Because that's what he was going for, and to a certain degree, I'm not that mad about it. But given the setting, people want the shit to go well. It just wasn't really the time and place. It just wasn't. It's just weird. Like, all right, bro, we trying to get along. You know, you understand? But that's the mentality of dudes like Gucci. All right. And you listen, and that's how like that. Despite being such a successful guy, yo, dude, he still wound up going to jail. When you rich and you still wind up going to jail, you listen, you have truly fucked up. Like you're really a fuck up. And that's nothing to I'm just realizing more and more the deeper you get into like poverty and everything, you start really seeing such a breakdown in the morals, the long term thinking. Like I think I had a conversation like with my boy a while back, and I always talk about when I experienced being around like other rappers or just other dudes who was like from the hood and like how well they did with long term thinking. Like for example, like weed, right? You don't ever want to get pulled over and have the smell of weed reeking from the car. But people who smoke weed will actually still smoke in the car as if they get pulled over, they can deny that they have been smoking in the car and they under the influence. It's like having an open bottle of alcohol in the car, right? Niggas who rap and shit, yo, these niggas will start rolling up blunts in the car while you're driving through states that where weed's not even legal. And I'm like, yo, if we get pulled over, son, and by the grace of the battle rap gods, yo, we want to do mad states and cover mad ground and manage to not get pulled over, which is crazy. Well, not that you supposed to, but you was so lucky, right? But at the time I didn't really get that. Yo, these is not these is not super responsible guys. You know what I mean? Again, that bottom 50%, that bottom 49% of men. You know, like they fit within that where like again they don't necessarily they're kind of winging it. And they don't realize. And again, being an emotional person is more than likely if you too deep into poverty, you're probably a really emotional person. There's obviously a direct link between niggas that's really emotional and their earnings. You just again like you will not reach your potential by being this person who sees himself as this delicate flower. Because to a certain degree, I feel like with all this therapist talk, or we see regular people use therapist lingo, you know what I mean, or try to label people or diagnose people, call them narcissists and bipolar and this and that. Don't get me wrong. For the most part, I mean, I think it's. I don't think that. I think for the most part, if you can look at someone objectively, you can kind of say, okay, that is narcissist behavior, or that is bipolar. Like that's really extreme. No, that's not really making too much sense, right? But anywho, so anyway, so I wanted to touch on that, right? And again, great example of when a nigga don't realize, all right, bro, you doing too much right now. You're doing too much, or you're trying too hard to be disrespectful. You understand? And for black men in particular, when you trying to level up and you're trying to move forward in life, you gonna have to realize that it's gonna be certain. It's not gonna be a collab. It's not gonna be a family effort. When men can let go of doing things together or trying to do everything together, and they say, I have my own journey. Now, if we can happen to link up this journey, all right, great. But you have to. It's your journey. It's your life. Because whether you're moving or you staying in one place, those are still your choices. You understand? So anyway, I know we said we're gonna make it a quick show. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, man. What else we got, man? What we got? Let's see what's happening here, man.
Got him, though. Got him. I ain't been here in a long time, but